Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Beirut, Lebanon. It's day 3 of the FIBA Asia Cup, and it's the game between Australia and Hong Kong. And if ever there were a David and Goliath matchup, well, I would suggest this would be it. This Australia team coming out like a house on fire and showing its full might of what they've got in that opening win against Japan, going up against the Hong Kong team that felt the Chinese Taipei. Now already we've seen Japan win today. Later, Korea, Kazakhstan will go up against each other, and then a very interesting, intriguing game awaits the New Zealand Tall Blacks and Lebanon. And you know, the Cedars are going to be ready for that one, but so will the Tall Blacks, I suspect. I know that you like the Tall Blacks in that one, Mick, perhaps to possibly spring an upset, but right now you don't get any bigger challenge than what Hong Kong have right now going up against this Australia team.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff, and good evening, good afternoon, everywhere, wherever you might be around the world.
Could be good morning.
Could be good morning. I guess you're right. If you're getting up before going to work to watch a bit of hoops on TV. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Hong Kong. Probably, along with India, Jeff, we've seen all the teams so far. Along with India, probably the two worst teams here. And it's not a great way of putting it, but the least talented, the least efficient of the two teams.
Why don't you say the most challenged? How about that? There you go.
So the Australians will come in. Looks like they'll go with 10 on the roster today because of the absence of Anderson and Newley not playing. I don't know what Newley's situation. I know Anderson had an injury at the last game. What did Newley say to you at
well, he said Anderson had a shoulder problem.
Yep.
So,
and Newley?
I think it's leg, but I'm not positive. Leg niggle. He never likes to talk about himself. He likes to talk about others.
And what'd you tell him?
So that's fine with me. Thanks for sharing that information. Because Brad Newley, obviously an Olympian, one of the veterans in his team, and David Anderson as well, an Olympian, one of the veterans, and their absence perhaps will be felt, their experience, but also Brad Newley was very excited about just the talent at the disposal of Australia. I mean, this is effectively an NBL team and showing the might of what actually Australia has. I mean, we all know that they also have NBA players, but as they showed the other day, there's a lot of talent, a deep pool of talent down under. And on the evidence that we've seen, this Australia team is going to be pretty difficult to beat here in Lebanon.
Number 10,
Well, we're going to see the remaining Australians come out here to line up, and then we're going to have the playing of both national anthems. So we will have a pause in the commentary as we listen to the national anthems of Hong Kong and Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem. First, the anthem of Hong Kong. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Australia.
So the national anthems have been played, and we're going to get a look at the referees, and we'll also get a look at players, rosters, and the starting five. And here are the gentlemen that'll be blowing their whistles today. Stepanenko, Salahayan, and also Al-Masri. And also from a roster standpoint, well, you know about as much of these guys as anybody, Mick, so why don't you talk about them? Once we see them, of course. But feel free to dive right in. Who's it going to be first? It's going to be Hong Kong.
Thanks,
Go.
Jeff. Okay, Hong Kong didn't do too well in their first game. Lost 42-77 to a Chinese Taipei team. Watch out for Duncan Reed, number 14, probably their biggest asset. 19 points, 12 rebounds against the Chinese Taipei team. He's going to have a hard time today, Jeff, because he's the only really big body the Hong Kong team have. A long-time servant of Hong Kong basketball. And he will be much needed in terms of some sort of production. Watch out for Fong, 12. Well-built forward. Zhu Chan and Lo Yiting, the point guard, is pretty decent, but he's going to have his work cut out wherever he tries to find some sort of holes in the Australian defense today. As for the Australians, well, you name it, Jeff. They're all based in Australia except for Anderson, I think, who's still is he in Italy still?
No, I mean, he played down under as well, and then he finished the season in Asvel.
Oh, Asvel, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, but then but I think the idea is that all these guys at the end of the NBL seasons can then go and play somewhere else.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting to see who they start, because they will come in thinking they've got a pretty good idea of winning this game. Hodgson Kickett up top in terms of the bigs. Creek, Cadee, and Glidden. And in terms of Kickett and Hodgson, Jeff, they're going to have their pick of how many offensive rebounds they get tonight if the Hong Kong defense doesn't really pay attention and get a body on these bigs. They hang around the lane. Andre Lamanis there will be, what do you think his expectations coming in? He's got to be gold or silver really coming into this tournament. Expectations, you think? Would it be as high as gold? Do you think, obviously, they want to come in and say, we must win this, but there's some good teams here. Iran's going to be tough to get through.
I suppose as a coach, you always have the pressure to win, but you want to come out, make sure your guys are playing good basketball. And I think the bigger issue, bigger than anything else, both for Australia and New Zealand as the newcomers, is to start getting ready as well for the World Cup qualifiers, which will be coming up in November. Obviously, I mean, they expect to get to the podium, no doubt about it, but they're taking it one game at a time. And Hong Kong, perhaps their aspirations aren't quite the same, but nevertheless, they want to come out and get something positive out of this experience. They probably lost their best chance at getting a win the other night against Chinese Taipei, but you never know.
Number 9, Zhu Adam.
Well, the way Japan played earlier on today, Jeff, you figure they're on a bit of a tear right now, and that game is going to be around the corner for Hong Kong as well. That's not going to be easy for them either.
Number 5, Paddy Jason. Number 7, Quick Mitch. Number 12, Kicker Daniel. And number 15, Hodgson Matthew.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're in Beirut, Lebanon. It's the FIBA Asia Cup. It's day 3. It's the second game of the day. We've watched Japan win quite convincingly against Chinese Taipei, and now it's those Boomers taking on Hong Kong. And it's a Boomers team that won't have Brad Newell or David Anderson today. They're being rested, and Hodgson catches that pass down low and scores immediately.
And that might be a familiar story for these Australian team, as they will dominate, no doubt, in terms of anything around about 5 feet.
And the drive, and Kickert gives it off to Cadee. We don't really see too much drop-off from these Australians when the guys come off the bench, do we? And here's Cadee. He's really revealed himself to be a big scorer the other day, as did Glidden. Just a great all-around talent.
Nice penetration from Kadi there into the lane. You know, if Hong Kong are looking to make some inroads here, you've got to, first thing you've got to do is stop penetration. You can't get beaten into the middle and the offense just pass wherever you want to. Fong for three. Nice shot.
Oh, Fong with the guns, the gun show, right?
Yeah, well, we'll come to that in a minute if he gets close on screen. He's got some.
This kicker.
Yeah. Now Duncan Reed's got to dominate this zone as best
beautiful
he can.
bounce pass. Creek didn't handle it.
There was a deflection out of bounds by Hong Kong. I don't think the referees, maybe it was a double deflection they'd seen.
Speaking of guns, how about Creek? He's pretty well chiseled, isn't he?
Yeah.
He brought a lot of energy the other day. And the swat by Creek.
Yeah, he gets off the floor quick, doesn't he, Mitch Creek? He's fairly athletic. We didn't see much of his dunking ability in game one. Maybe we'll get a bit of that today, but he's definitely got some rockets in his heels, yeah.
And the free attempt, no good. And the box out. Well, no box out. Actually, just Creek just pushes it quickly. Where are you, Hong Kong? And a little pass to Hodgson. He's got to finish that stronger now. Hong Kong just struggling early.
Yeah, nice defense from Glidden there. Just got a hand, almost really turned it over too. Unlucky it just landed on the line.
And a shot off the iron. Kadi has it. So Australia, convincing winners against Japan. I mean, they had to weather the storm of an excellent first quarter by Japan today, shooting the ball. Here's Kickert, and Kickert just drills it.
Yeah, he showed signs of being able to drop that three against Japan. He, no hesitation there. Nobody's going to come and play me. I'll just jack it up. Patience from Hong Kong. They're going to have to play a patient game. They can't come down and run and gun. But offensive rebounds are going to be a real scarcity for them tonight.
Here's Kadi. Oh, beautiful little runner. So we think that Hong Kong beat that Australian defense easy that time.
2 more for Fong, Jeff.
Yeah.
The chiseled.
And now Hodgson almost has it. Well, he has it knocked out of his hands, but he gets it back and throws it inside for an easy one.
Yeah, that's a tough look. Kickert finds, was it Hodgson? Was it find Creek underneath, wide open.
And another jump shot for this Hong Kong team, doing their best to keep pace with the Boomers.
And Fong again, all 8 points for the Hong Kong. And they'll sit back in this zone pretty much the whole. It's a tough pass to catch that one.
Oh, nice penetration. Nice attacking the rim. Didn't finish though. I suppose Hong Kong will want to get anything they can in transition.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's an element to the way the Hong Kong team will play. They'll play with a lot of discipline, I think, in the half court. Maybe slow the pace of this game down. If they get into a running game, it could be 60 or 70. And foul there from Lo Yi-Ting.
So far we have, this will be the first time we say it, I think, Duncan Reed. He was the main man the other night against Chinese Taipei, but so far
he won't get many easy looks tonight, that's for sure.
Traveling.
Mitch Norton there just shuffling the feet as he went to pick up the ball. I like this. Lemanis has got his team up in high press, denial. Get them, make sure they don't get into any phase of lackadaisical thoughts about playing a team they should be beaten quite easily. Here's Reed's first opportunity, Jeff.
Short. He was facing Hodgson. And Norton now. And Hodgson, and scores easily with the left hand off the glass.
Didn't he do well, Hodgson, too? Just, you know, I thought against Japan he did such a great job of holding his ground so close, as close to the buckets he could get.
And looked like a hand on that one from Kickert. Creek dances and then tries to hand it off to Kickert.
Yeah, he got a little too complicated there, Mitch Creek, didn't he? A little spin, trying to flick it off to Kickert. Just, I think the referees had seen it come off his leg last time out here. The smell of popcorn around the place again, Jeff.
Yep, but thankfully it's not burnt popcorn. We'll have some if we can find it. So Hong Kong, well, trailing by 6. They call a timeout. They were probably thinking, you know, the Asia Cup was already hard enough for us.
Yeah.
Without having to face the likes of Australia.
Of course, if they go 0-3, lose all 3 games, they're done for the tournament, aren't they? That's it. So they need to get that one win.
They'll have to come against Japan to give themselves a chance of moving on into that next stage.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
So Australia, remember, this is the country that had that incredible run at the Olympics, but just had the worst game at the Olympics at the wrong time against a Serbian team they'd beaten in the preliminary round. And obviously the only member of that team that has traveled here to Lebanon is David Anderson. Australia really making, I think, a wise decision, concerted effort to go deeper in their talent pool with the World Cup qualifiers coming up, with NBA players not able to play in those first 2 windows of the World Cup qualifiers.
Exciting time for many, many countries. I was talking to the Jordanian coach, Sam Douglas, this morning, and very excited about World Cup basketball. Another travel here against Australia's Nick Kay, number 11 in the game. First introduction, first touch, and a turnover. 1-2-2 half-court press. This should cause a few problems.
Duncan Reed spins. We get over to Fong, and he pulls up. One shot and out.
Yeah, it'll be pretty much one and done throughout the game. I think the Andre Lamanis will be very upset if the Hong Kong team end up getting a few offensive rebounds. 14-8. It was a decent start for Hong Kong. I mean, Australia struggling to find real.
How about good?
Yeah, well, he's made one from there already, hasn't he?
But still, Australia only by 6 points.
Yeah, I know, Jeff. They're just not quite finding the cohesion they're looking for offensively. Maybe Lamanis might want to go down to his bench, get a few. Maybe Glidden might come out in a minute.
And another basket for Hong Kong. And you can see Lamanis just kind of shake his head over there in front of the bench. There's Glidden, open, count it!
There you go. Angus Brandt's going to come into the game, had a bit of beef, maybe trying to think who'll come out. Big kick at one. He's not come out just yet. First quarter.
Possibly. And now McCarron pushes it quickly. Also going to see an earlier appearance today. Todd Blanchfield looks like he's getting up off the bench. And remember, you don't have Anderson or Newley available, both of them carrying knocks.
More minutes to spread around for everybody else, to be honest with you. I mean, they're all vying for more minutes later in the tournament. Kickett will come out, and Glidden will come out as well. There's the foul from Reed. They can ill afford to lose Duncan Reed, Hong Kong.
Over to Blanchfield, says, getting right off the bench. Don't mind if I do, but didn't get the kind roll from the rim.
You know, it's funny, Jeff, when you come off the bench, and because obviously you've not come in as fresh as the starters off the full warm, and the first thing you get is a open three-pointer. You've got to take it.
Well, Hong Kong taking a three from the corner, and they nail it, and they cut it right back to 4 points. Wong with his first basket.
Excellent work.
McCarron over to Blanchfield. And this time, that is a soft touch right there.
That's what you want. This is your second shot of the game. Nice little friendly roll. Over exuberant there. It's Kay and Norton together. Teammates last year, Kay and Norton, Jeff, in New Zealand. Southland Sharks. Had a season down there.
They finished up right after the NBL.
Yeah, so I think the league finished in early June. And second place, I think the Sharks got in the league. I'm not sure those where they were in the playoffs.
Low. And Brent brings it down. Now McCarron gets into the lane, kicks it back out to Blanchfield. Well, he nails it. I'll tell you what, he's come right off the pitch.
Oh, he'd be like,
he's like,
feed me.
No hesitation from him. He's a shooter, no doubt
Exactly
about
right.
it.
I want to see what happens next time he gets the ball. Well, he won't force shots, that's for sure. But he's had 3 wide open looks, 2 or 3 right now. Him and Glidden leading scorers for Australia.
And Wong puts up another one. This is of the air ball variety. Blanchfield over to Norton. See if they go back out. Blanchfield's wide open up the top. This time he passes it up. And Norton is fouled by Lowe. So we've got 16 teams in the FIBA Asia Cup, and this is day 3. Both these teams playing their second games. And we had a very interesting day yesterday, to put it mildly. One that included a headbutt from the Philippines on China.
Did you think it was that good today?
What's that?
Did you think it was that exciting today?
Yeah, yesterday. It was incredible.
It was a bit.
Syria pushed Jordan very close till the very end.
Did indeed, wasn't it? It was a great game.
Also, Iraq got a win. Here's Kay turning around.
Great hustle.
Norton.
Beautiful play.
And Brad says, just get it to me.
Yeah, the muscle man just flies down the. Just outstanding work from Angus Brandt. Look at this.
It's one of those slow it down. You can hear him going, ugh. And he will go to the line. And you know, we were talking how Hong Kong were doing a good job of just kind of hanging around, but all of a sudden, that lead is 26-13.
Yeah, and you know what? It happens like that, Jeff. It's you know, a team that thinks they're in a game and they're just hanging around and making some tough shots. All of a sudden, there's a quick run and there's clear daylight.
Chow hands it off to Fong. I'll tell you what, Fong certainly couldn't have done any more offensively in this first quarter.
No, he's done well. Well, he's leading all scorers, 10 points for the game.
He felt like he should have played more the other night. In fact,
yeah,
against
absolutely.
Chinese Taipei. I'm not sure what the coach was thinking about.
Well, I'm glad he's got a start today. Must have flexed his guns and said, "Let the coach play me."
Blanchfield's short on that, but hustles, gets the ball back for another look here for the Australians. And Norton
Nice work.
takes the contact.
Nice work, yeah.
Wants to get free throws, but
Yeah, I like that from Norton, just getting buried into that point guard and the zone and just coming up with a foul.
Creek is going to come back in. Here he is. Look at this.
Yeah, that's good work.
So it took a while, but Australia suddenly starting to blow this thing wide open here. 27-15. Make it 28-15, and
yeah, this is a good quarter for them. I mean, this is what you would have expected. Now they've just settled down, and
Hong gets it off. Oh, holy! He almost got it in. He got the shot he wanted. He was pausing. Threw it up off the glass. Went in, came out. Australia lead it 28-15 after one. Well, it's all Australia right now. Look at that. I mean, the shooting percentages are good, and even the three-point shots, although they're getting some open looks, but they earn those open looks, don't they? The way they put the pressure getting into the lane. Chinese Taipei trying to seal that off, and then all of a sudden they've got 2 or 3 guys outside that are wide open.
Yeah, and you're playing against the zone, so the first thing you see Jason Caddy there with a nice little runner to start the game off. You're playing against the zone. You're playing against a team that plays well against the zone. They move the ball well. They share the ball well. You know, when you watch Australia play, there is no selfishness at all. Everybody is happy for somebody else to be the main person to score. Nobody's really upset if somebody else is with somebody else's success, which is the epitome of being grateful in life, isn't it? Being grateful where you are. And this is a grateful team. They are happy to be with each other.
These guys are absolutely over the moon that they've got the Australia shirt on.
Oh.
I mean, there is no doubt about it. You see it.
Well, isn't there a great article about
Hudson?
Hudson?
In the hotel. These guys have been champing at the bit, or as we like to say in my part of the world, chomping at the bit.
That word doesn't exist, Jeff.
But you know,
absolutely, you're right.
There's been a roadblock with so much talent in the Australia team to some of these guys, and now they're getting a chance to show what they can do. And so far, so good for the Boomers.
Yeah, I feel some frustration here I feel Duncan Reed's frustration, because that was a long two-pointer. The only area really he can find any space to work with, because he's going to get very little inside. Doesn't really have a great quick first step. Doesn't have a great hook shot. He's wide open right now, though.
Oh, offensive foul.
That's a tough one. It's a good call. It's a correct call, too. The push off there from Lee Key. Not Leaky, but Lee. Notice the pause in the name, Lee and Key.
So, looking at this, you would think, from Australia's standpoint, they would easily get to the 50 mark. Here we go again.
Oh, come on,
and
baby.
Kay goes for the reverse.
Nice play. Nice play, Nicholas Kay there. I got a trivia question for you in a minute, Jeff, involving Nicholas Kay. Okay, so I'll come back to that in a minute. Nice one, too. So be prepared.
Chow. Fong again, and this time a little too hard. A little too much on that shot. Blanchfield pulls up.
Oh, he's not shy, is he?
Whoa. Look at that release. And Luke says, I could have done that.
He looked on very intently there, did Luke Longwick.
And Blanchfield now shows a little D, reads the pass up to McCarron, and McCarron just flies in, and he's got some hops. He really does.
Yeah, he did. McCarron threw down the alley-oop in the game against China.
Yes, he did.
Now, is he the smallest player on the team, Jeff?
No, he's not.
Is he close to it?
I don't think he's one of the bigger guys.
6'2", McCarron. So he's definitely not one of the bigger ones, no.
but he can play above the rim.
Norton's a little smaller.
And now it's 36-15.
Creek comes in, McCarron goes out. Yep.
I think we're potentially looking at well, depends on how Australia approaches this, but we'll get 110 maybe.
And I like this here because Lemanis is going to keep this 1-2-2 press. You know, all it does is help focus your team against it in a game that you know you're going to win. Some would say it's a little cruel because you're piling on more misery for the opposition, but that's it. I'm sorry. It's the way it goes. This Fong has been the man of the moment for Hong Kong right now.
Penetration, drive, good hands from Brandt. He's on the SWAT team for today.
Just didn't get any touch on the rim. Shot clock goes off. Nice work there. They were all queuing up to block that one.
But he back in the game. Oh, and Kay almost had it taken away inside. Look at him pass it. Blanchfield certainly going to get his share of launches today.
Better get him off the court. Ice the elbow down.
He may be leading the tournament in scoring after today's game.
He's looking over to the subs bench to see if he's going to come out after this, but Kickett's going to come in for Kay. Okay, so Nick Kay, all right, one of 4 players on this team who've won the Rookie of the Year in the NBL. Interesting. I thought it was a little interesting fact I pulled out the other day.
What's the fact again? One of the
4 players
okay.
on this team have won
NBL Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year, yeah. Quite a good one.
Nice and the follow from Creek. Who are the other ones?
Oh, I'm going to leave with that one. Come on, throw some names out. And then you can't go through all 11 names now. And then I say yes, yes, no, no. There's some thought in this. Fong goes up again. You know, he deserves more, Jeff, in terms of some success on his Creek in the open floor. They're in a roll right now, the Australians. Kickett's made one. There's 2.
Wow,
are you busy researching?
Oh, I'm not researching at all. Ball kicked back out to Fong.
They're so long, Australia. They challenge every shot. And there's, like I said, there's no chance of a second rebound or offensive rebound. Nice play. Blanchfield again.
And Blanchfield now has a game-high 11 points.
Well, now Blanchfield himself won an award, Jeff, didn't he? He was most improved player in the league in 14-15. The number 10 there going in for the dunk. Blanchfield, most improved player in the league. A little fact for you.
Interesting. There he is.
But he was not one of the ones that won Rookie of the Year. Nice little backdoor play there. Hong Kong.
Well, it's all Australian. I'm dare to say it's going to be, we'll be saying that for the rest of the game. Here's Kickert over to Glidden, and the former NBL Rookie of the Year misses.
Well done, Jeff. There's one. Cam Glidden. Yep. Captain of the Cairns Taipans.
What is a taipan? It's a...
I knew you'd ask me that.
Snake?
It's a snake.
Yeah. And a boomer is a kangaroo.
And a boomer's kangaroo. And you know the biggest, one of the big matchups in the days was the Cairns Taipans against the Townsville Crocs.
All right, well, I don't want to go there. That was, I never raised the issue of Townsville in the first place. So long one.
Okay, so we got Glidden and you got Kay.
Yep. Angus Brandt, maybe?
Angus Brandt, who did he play for? Oh, Sydney Kings, okay.
Okay.
So he was only, so Kay and Brandt won it back-to-back years. Now, who's the fourth one? It's a tough one, that one.
Brad Newley, maybe?
Brad Newley, well done.
Because he was a big name coming up.
I think it was 03-04. It was one of the earliest ones. Nice little move in here.
Oh, nice play from Hong Kong off the glass. 43-19. You know, watching this game and comparing it to yesterday, Iran and India, where India were just complete. Oh, that's an unsportsmanlike, almost.
Yeah,
was he going for the ball, or was he just?
I think in the nature of the game.
I mean,
you're right.
I mean,
you're absolutely
I've
right.
seen it for much less.
I think if we get into knockout stage and they're playing Lebanon maybe in this gym, packed full, that would be an unsportsmanlike.
You got to be playing the ball, and if the referee sees you grab that arm like that, it generally is going to be an unsportsmanlike. At least what we've been seeing.
Yep.
And look at this. Krieg bursts, and he takes the foul and floats in for the layup.
I tell you what, Krieg's got some burners on him, hasn't he? He's got some acceleration down the floor. I don't think we've nowhere near seen the best of this young man in the couple of games so far. He's ripped, Jeff.
Would he beat Shea Illy in a
no
100-yard dash?
No, Illy's got it.
Ooh, doesn't quite pull the string on the free throw.
You're not impressed with that, are you?
But we saw India just get run out of the gym yesterday in the first quarter. But I mean, that was more of a case of India just really being poor. Whereas today, it's just, this is all about Australia, just complete domination.
Oh yeah, as soon as Hong Kong put the ball on the floor, there's yellow shirts all around him. Nice defense from Krieg there. He's off to the runner, to the races too.
Glidden pulls it back, wide open. Krieg, and misses. Look at that. Glidden hustles and gets it back. Kickert. Oh, Australia putting up their share of threes, aren't they?
Yeah. Kickert's obviously hit a couple already.
Here we are again. Kickert, feet set. This time.
I mean, they're playing a zone, so you're going to get open threes. That's just the nature of it.
Hong Kong also putting up their share of threes.
Well, and for a reason is that's all they're going to get. That's the only freedom they're going to get. Australia could get anything inside they want to.
Kadee. And here's a fast break opportunity. Low, floats in and gets it to fall.
Yeah, Lamanis wants a timeout here. Too many threes going up, Jack. Jeff, you're right. They got a inside-out game. That's what they got to go back to.
Well, talking about three-pointers today, Australia 7 of 17.
And three for Blanchfield and 3 for Glidden, is it? Or 2 for Glidden?
Yeah, Blanchfield now 3 of 6. Kickert 2 of 4.
Glidden's got 2, hasn't he?
And Glidden 2 of  4.
Kadee 1? No.
Kadee has attempted the 3, but he's missed it twice.
Okay, so now, who was Brad Newley playing for when he won?
Was it Townsville?
It was Townsville,
Yeah,
and that's where the circle
remember.
comes around, you see.
Okay.
McKay was playing for Townsville. Blanchfield was playing for Townsville when they won these awards. Incredible.
Now, of course, there's no Townsville in
Yeah,
Indiana.
there's no Townsville. I wish somebody had told me 2 days ago. Because Twitter went ablaze. All of a sudden, Mick's head was on the block. And I love the comment from somebody on Twitter, don't tell the commentators we don't use wicker baskets anymore. Come on, that's a bit unfair.
Nah, this is beautiful. Keep it coming, folks.
Because it was me, Jeff, not you. You got in the same pan as me there. I'm sorry. Mind you could have corrected me straight away. And I will apologize, because if you go to the FIBA website, Nick Kay is still down as Townsville Croc player. Not anymore, I guess, if somebody's listening to this. I'll have that off the website straight away.
Well, we've got Krieg in the game, and he explodes, and there it is, a two-handed rim rocker from number 7.
Don't fall asleep on this guy, I tell you. That was impressive. That wasn't even one. That was like, come on, I can do this too.
That was like a dunking contest. A lot of power, and that 2 is just worth just as many from low. They're back to 47-23. And nice drive.
He was eyeing up the prize again, wasn't he?
I think we know what Coach Lamanis was saying in the halftime huddle. He said, listen, Creek,
it's a
go to the basket, will you?
You know, there's two ways of playing a zone. You either penetrate with a pass or you penetrate with a dribble. And look at this back-to-back aggressive moves to the hoop for the Mitch Creek. One of 3 Mitches on this team.
Mitch McCarron, Mitch Creek.
Norton.
Mitch Norton, popular name down under.
Perhaps so, yeah.
And now good defense from Norton. What's going on here? The referee's going to go over, and shot clock was reset on that.
Yeah, it was. It's gone back to 21, isn't it?
And the reason why it shouldn't is because there was no possession.
Yep. Someone's got an itchy finger over there. Should run it down. Guess not. I'm going to guess at 11, Jeff. No, 14. I'm going to guess. 16. Close.
So it's day 3 of the FIBA Asia Cup. Aaron Miller, if you're listening to this, thank you very much. And jump shot. Hey, what about Luke Longley?
Is that Mr. Lowe?
Lowe's not been too bad. Look at man.
Okay, passed it up to Norton there. The big fella passed it up to the 6'2" Norton to finish it off.
What do you think? There's a certain tenacity about the Boomers, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at that. That is just being hounded completely, and the point guard just loses it out of bounds. Norton is just all over him like white on rice.
Yeah. Well, it's a general intensity. They just keep at it. As I say, it doesn't matter what the opposition is. You just do it. You respect the opposition by just playing hard, don't you? Dump this one inside again. I don't think
Blanchfield
is going to shoot it.
Blanchfield turns it over to Fong, and the biggest bright spot for this Hong Kong team is Fong, but he pulls it back out. I thought he might go hard to the hoop. Here's Lowe. Lowe brings a little bit of rain and drills it. And McCarron quickly to the other end.
I love that, Jeff. A team that can get a score against you and get the ball down the other end in 2 seconds. That means you've got teammates who want to run, you've got teammates who want to get it in quick, and you've got a point guard that thinks. Those 3 elements just make a team.
You look at USA teams, for example. They get the ball up the court, what, like in 2 seconds?
Yep.
I mean, that's the difference between the great teams and the other teams.
You know, if I was coaching a team, which nobody would allow me to do anyway, but that's what I would say. That would be a goal, to get the ball from one end to another in 3 seconds. Because you're putting pressure on the defense straight away. You're getting the ball down into an offensive threat straight away. Forget about this walking up the floor. Let's get it down there, and then we'll get it back to your point guard once we got it down there.
Otherwise, we're back in the pack defense. In the pack on this possession, we're going to hustle any on-ball. All right, any on-ball screen, including you. All right, just keep in front of us, take some time off the clock, and then be aware of the clock situation going back the other way. If they happen to score and it's like 28 seconds, just mess around a little bit. Don't rebound until,
you know, this is
all right, here we go.
Just been brought to my attention. 5 a.m. Sam Thomas at Twitter was the man with the wicker basket comment.
What's his name?
Has
he left an address?
He loved the shout.
Has he left an address?
He does. I've got it. We're coming for you, Sammy. We're coming.
As long as it's not tell me it's not in the middle of nowhere. It's not in Townsville, is it?
Can I just tell you, my backpacking days, I went up that way, went to Magnetic Island. Fantastic.
I got the map here. I want to go there. Thursday Island's the most northern part of Australia. I want to go there, Jeff.
So you got Blanchfield, you've got Hodgson out there, air ball time from Hong Kong, and offensive rebound. Kay still playing out there. McCarron posting up. No, he's out on the wing. Going to pass it. You know Blanchfield's looking to shoot it. Oh, Lowe, come on, give some love to Lowe. It looked like he had him picked clean.
I'm telling you, got his wallet as well, the ball and the money.
He might have gotten a little bit of.
I don't think there's any wrist on this. Yeah, all ball.
Oh, you saw that. I think he said, "Oh, come on."
No, he said all ball, didn't he?
Oh, did he? Okay.
That's what all ballers say, Jeff, when you get fouled against. It's all ball, ref. You can't touch me.
16. I thought Australia would have more points, to be honest, by this stage. With 16.6 seconds remaining.
55's not enough.
Well, I thought they were going to turn it on big time. So, nevertheless, it's a healthy lead. Norton rattles them in. Look at Lowe. And floats in. Oh, follows up the shot and gets it to go. Well, he's been pretty good, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I mean, you know, take your hat off to this Hong Kong team. They don't stop playing. And 56-30, looking down the barrel of a long 20 minutes to come second half. But credit to them, they've kept going. And it's been enjoyable.
56-30, Australia in command against Hong Kong.
The score of 56 for Australia, 30 for Hong Kong.
We pour over the steps, 77 shots, Jet. 77%, 14 of 18 inside the 2-point. That's pretty impressive. Andre Lemanis won't be too upset with that. Rebounded as you expect, heavily in favor of Australia. Turnovers, and Hong Kong only 7 turnovers. That's outstanding for them in a 26-point deficit at halftime. Hey, Twitter man.
So we are at halftime. Is Australia on top 56-30. Stick around. We'll be right back.
If we should die, we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time. Golden out, Father. Prepare as we will. Watch the flames burn up and on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees, and I see fire.
56-30, Australia on top of Hong Kong, and they've been every bit as convincing as we anticipated. So 20 more minutes, and they'll keep running their offense, won't they, Mick? They're going to keep running their offense, playing fast, playing furious, and they want to, I mean, no doubt, they probably expect to win this tournament. They know there's going to be some challenges, but they wouldn't come here if they didn't think they couldn't win it.
No, and you'd worry if you had a team that took the foot off the gas, Jeff. It's just not going to happen with good teams, and they know you got to keep the pressure up. Everybody's playing for places, everybody's playing for minutes, everybody's playing for pride. You know, it doesn't matter what you're doing as a professional. You just make sure you do it to your best ability, and any mistakes are frowned upon personally, and obviously by your coach and your teammates too.
So Andre Lamanis is in Australia resting Brad Newley, and for the second straight game, David Anderson. They're two most experienced players. Anderson, of course, out with a shoulder problem, and Newley just has a niggle. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think he probably could have gone if he'd had to.
Heavy breakfast. Jeff Lamanis, going back to him, two-time NBL Coach of the Year. I mean, he's a legend in his own lunchtime, really. It's, you know, when you look at the names above him that have won that award, I mean, it's a great achievement. Brian Gorgian, I think, has won it 5 times, although I stand to be corrected very quickly, I'm sure. But there's some big names ahead of him, so he's been around the block in terms of coached a lot of teams as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has. And you know, after the Olympics, you know, everybody was like, well, why wouldn't they keep him in charge? You know, because the cycle had finished and he was coaching.
And I love that drama from
Brisbane.
2014 where he got criticized for the game against Senegal. Was it Senegal? It was, wasn't it? Angola.
Let's don't go there.
Well,
but let's just say,
but he's right. But
yeah,
all I'm going to say is he is right, because all he's got to do is take care of his team in terms of the next level, the next game, whatever you want. He took the criticism, and you know, he's absolutely right. I've seen games where players have been rested X, Y, Z because of this, that, and the other. He was right.
Well, they suffered heartbreak in that one, right at the buzzer. Really, they had possession against Turkey in that round of 16 game and lost. But I'm sure the Boomers fans don't want to hear about that.
No.
Nor about the Olympics. In any event, second half action is underway. Kadee back in there, and he whips it over to Glidden in the left corner. Good box out from Hong Kong. Fong catches in the corner to Duncan Reed, and he puts up the shot. And
first look we've seen of Duncan Reed in the low post, and nice play. Where's the alley-oop dunk, Mr. Glidden?
But Duncan Reed hasn't even scored tonight.
No, and he's not going to get any easy looks. And the low post game is not his speciality, really.
And what about Kickert?
Yeah.
Kickert with the three.
Third three. And remember, just before halftime, he was lining them up left, right, and center, wasn't he? So I like that. Big man, 6'10", can nail that jump shot. That'll come handy late in this tournament, Jeff. No doubt about that. On that 4 position.
One of the most experienced players as well, Kickert. Been in the game for a while. And nudged out of bounds.
Go back to Daniel Kickert, Jeff. St. Mary's University, second player that they took in terms of an Australian. They got 6 on the roster this year. I mean, what a story that St. Mary's University and Australian basketball has been over the years.
And nice drive from Creek, lays it up and in. Yeah, it's quite a story. The pipeline goes there, but nice reply by Hong Kong. And Chan now with 5, that's his first 3, and they get it back to 61-33.
Just a little bit of space for himself, got the 3-pointer off. Not sure Hodgson will want to take the open J. It's a poor pass from Hodgson too. Not sure he read. Is it McCarron over there? I think it is, isn't it?
Another 3, no.
Oh, sorry, it was Creek, yeah. So they're just struggling a bit here, Australia, to just find their concentration.
And pass into the corner. And bring some rain with the air ball. So if you think about, oh, nice interception. And racing in for the uncontested layup.
That's back-to-back passes from Hodgson turned over. He'll be really upset with himself on that. I think they need to concentrate. He's the high post reversal. That time they skip him wisely, perhaps.
There's Chan. They got that. Kicker over to Cam Glidden and has his feet set. It's almost as if he's shooting a free throw out there.
Yeah, third three for Glidden. They can't get the ball to Reed, can they? Nothing they do really looks for him.
Is there an argument not to have him in there and to put somebody else in?
I think, you know, right now they'd say defensive rebounding and putting the body on the 5-man in the zone against Australia. But offensively, it's like starving the bear out there, Jeff. Feed the bear, and he's starving.
He is, but you know what? I mean, they're not having a problem scoring points.
Now they'll
in the third quarter. That was Lee.
Yeah, Lee Key. I think it was.
And now
the gun show Fong with the monster rebound.
So we're gonna have a couple of subs here. Blanchfield coming in and Brandt. And that time, not sure what Hong Kong were doing in the lane. I guess they saw the towering presence of those boomers in there. Decided to take it back out. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
It was Adam Zhu, Jeff, the young man from Queens, New York.
Shot clock down to 1. Are they going to get it off? And the ball goes off the shot clock. Well, didn't have much of a choice. Just to get it up. A little bit of desperation there.
Angus Brandt in the game. So means trouble for somebody on the inside there for the Hong Kong defense.
Kicker to Creek, pump fake, passes it inside to Kicker, and scores easily.
Not sure how good a shooter Mitch Creek is. He's had an open jump shot there. He missed one in the first half that was wide open. Not sure I'm quite believing he's an outside threat, but nice move from Reed.
And that's his first 2 points of the game. He really was good the other night against Chinese Taipei.
Good help from Fong coming over there. I'm not sure who this foul's on, but it's Reed. It's Fong just swiping at the ball. Little slap of high five between Fong and Reed there together. Look, there Fong comes over. Not much contact, Jeff, is there? But it's just this Angus Brandt looks around and says, "What's going on, fellas? Leave me alone."
Oh, the turnover and a chance to break. Reed has it and puts it up and in, so good sign for him, and deficit back to 25. Brandt gets in. Oh, nice
big
patient move. Yeah. And now he anticipates the pass.
The agility of a flying gazelle out there as he went to pick that long pass out there, the number 14.
Angus Brandt went to Oregon State University. These Australians like the West Coast for some reason.
Sunshine, maybe.
Look at Reed getting in and turning. He's owning this third quarter.
All right. Okay, question number 1. Why was this not part of the game plan the first half? I love it right now because it's exactly, he's one of the best in post, obviously their only post player.
Blanchfield, another three for Todd Blanchfield.
Wide open. Same position. I think it's the third three he's made from that exact same spot, the left-hand corner.
And the pass intercepted. And Kay pushes it back. And look at Norton, the trailer.
Oh, that was nice. That's what I'm talking about, sharing the ball. Nobody's really concerned who gets the eventual last 2 points.
4 Australians hustled down on that break. We had a couple of Hong Kong players. Here's Reed.
It's a good little battle in there, isn't it? And that was Angus Brandt came out of that as a winner.
Blanchfield. And the swat. Creek got swatted there. Wasn't sure who did it.
Oh, nice.
And then it just opens up the gate to the slam.
That's a hammer. A hammer Brandt. Angus the hammer Brandt. Well, you had him down as muscle man the first time, didn't you? That's a bit better, I think.
And another turnover. Blanchfield. Oh, what a play. He kind of held up. And then he decided he was going to take it all the way.
Getting some advice from somebody on the end, standing up at the end of the bench. I can't see who it is, Jeff. Far right they're standing. I'm not sure who it is. Quite happy to give Blanchfield a bit of advice there as he laid it up. And
you could look at Newley and Anderson over there sitting with the coaches. They could
chilling?
be coaches, couldn't they?
yeah.
They're all wearing the same shirt. Sometimes you see the guys that aren't playing at the other end of the bench, but they want to get in there and
yeah, sure.
absorb.
Well, what does that tell you? Shows you, to me, that tells you it's a little family gathering here. They're just enjoying each other's company here in beautiful Beirut.
Oh, nice zigzag back out to the arc, and that was inside the arc.
He just towed the line, didn't he? A little hop jump on as he caught the ball, just put him over the line.
And over to Norton from the top, and Reed grabs the board.
Nice work from Lo Yi Ting there, trying to just bisecting a couple of Australian defenders, drawing the foul. He's played well today, Lo Yi Ting. Has 11 points, leading scorer for Hong Kong. Having a hard time getting an inbound pass. They've got to set some screens here.
Hong Kong much better in the third quarter, certainly offensively. But Reed has a couple of players on him. And that long from Wong is just rim now. Blanchfield wide open. Whoa. McCarron with the weak side rebound. Now Norton thought about it and decides to bring it back. Bring it back out. Shot clock down to 5. And whoop. And did he hurt himself a little bit there?
Yeah, probably the impact. He'll be back up, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely limping. And then a little pump fake.
Hong Kong weren't happy with 5-on-4. They're going to settle for 5-on-5 now. They had a perfect opportunity to get a quick shot.
Here's Norton. He's still moving kind of gingerly and lays it up, but he's sore. You can see from that previous drive, he is probably going to like it. We can leave, go sit down. Reed just at the free throw line. Kay gets it and decides to pass it back to Norton. teammates with Illawarra Hawks, so they know each other's game pretty well. 2 seconds on the shot clock, and McCarron. Boy, that is not how Hong Kong wanted that quarter to end. They now trail 81-45 with 10 minutes remaining.
Yeah, some clinical work there. 36 the difference, as you can see the scoreline there. Australia's going to push 110, Jeff, you think? Maybe 120 if they start motoring. And now it's damage limitation really for the Hong Kong team.
Here's some of the highlights, and Hong Kong came out and played better in that third quarter and came up with some steals and some fast break buckets. Also, Mr. Reed got involved in the action. Look at this. That was good motion from him, wasn't it?
Well, he has 6 points, 3 fouls, but his 6 points must have come in a space of about a minute and a half or so. But you take the other 8.5 minutes, Jeff, is fairly either they don't use him enough, which is I think is probably the case, or he doesn't get involed enough. But
look at Brandt when he went up for that.
Oh, that's
thunderous.
Yeah, that's a hammer right there.
And then McCarron. Boy, that Cairns Taipin's perimeter game must be pretty darn good with McCarron and Glidden out there.
Yeah, you'd imagine so, wouldn't you? Yeah, exactly right.
So fourth quarter action underway here in Beirut, Lebanon, day 3 of the FIBA Asia Cup. And McCarron knocked the ball away, but Hong Kong got it back. And the air ball from Wong. Glidden feeds it to Brandt. Now McCarron, open, feed set. And good strong rebound from Wong.
So they're playing without Reed here. It'd be interesting to see how they cope rebounding wise, especially defensively.
Wong was tripped up as he got in the lane. No, it was Lin that was tripped up, I think.
Yeah, Lin Ho Chun. I don't think we've seen much of him today, to be honest with you, Jeff. Number 10 for Hong Kong.
Here he is. And he faces little double passes. Oh, nice bounce pass. And the finish. Terrific play. And it's Lin that gets the basket and goes to the line for the and one.
Little huddle there from the Australian players. A little semi-inquest to find out what happened there with the Lin flying down the lane. There's no way that cut should be made without some body on him, some making him go back door. But a good three-point play there from Lin.
We'll try to carry something positive out of this game before they face Japan in their last game.
Yeah, and that'd be must-win for them, won't they? If you lose, you're home done. Shot from Glidden.
Three-pointer is good from Glidden.
That fourth three for him. I think it is.
They better hurry up and get it across midcourt. One more second. They're not going to. Oh, they just did get it. I mean, it was close. Splitting the defense. And the shot. No good from Lowe, but offensive rebound and then a travel.
Yeah, he just fumbled the ball as he caught the offensive rebound. And as he fumbled the ball, he jumped in the air and fumbled, shuffled his feet.
Creek comes back in. Brandt goes out, as does Kay. Blanchfield also back in.
It's a mega post up from Hodgson, just he knocked over Fung. Anyway, the referees have seen it, said that's a little too aggressive for my liking.
Mid-range jumper from Fong was too hard. No. So, I mean, looking ahead, Wong picks up the foul. Hong Kong have to beat Japan to have a chance of moving on into that next round. Is that something that is realistic?
You never say never, do you? I mean, they will go in thinking we've got a chance here, but you know the way Japan played today. Nice move here from Creek, my word. He's got some elevation, Jeff. The way that Japan played today, I get the feeling they're on full song right now, playing pretty well.
Carrying out to Glidden. Looking for a foul. That was
Wong on the floor there with his hands up as if to say, give me a call, ref.
Australia now 11 of 28 from three-point range.
Just trying to think whether that just might be too many for them. They've shot 32 pointers and 28 3-pointers, Jeff. So it's not the sort of ratio you'd want, but they're 22 of 30 from two-point line.
So you think they've gotten the balance wrong today?
No, I don't think it's wrong. You're winning by 40 points.
Yeah.
So I don't think
you're just looking for something to criticize.
Oh,
oh, Hodgson.
Got to walk away.
Yep. Watch the elbows.
I think there'll be a foul on each player here, Jeff. I don't think there'll be anything worse than that. Just a foul on Wong,
Creek.
number 11 Chinese Taipei. So the elbow didn't get anything.
Interesting. Creek was going up and talking to Hodgson, saying, back away, big man, back away. They're both teammates at Adelaide. And the steal. Now, Chow. Ooh. And the three-pointer. And Hodgson with the rebound. Over to Kadi. And his pass batted. Now Kickert. And Kadi, good.
Nice shot there from Jason Kadi. I think he's a bit frustrated himself. Two passes, one got intercepted, one nearly got intercepted. Jeff, another question for you. You mentioned two players in this team are Olympians in Newley and Kickert, is that right?
What was that again? Newley and Kickert were
On
what?
this Australian team, two Olympians.
No, Newley and Anderson.
Newley and Anderson, that's right, excuse me. Well, one player has got both his parents as Olympians.
Wow.
Come on now. You gotta love that one, haven't you? Come on, gotcha.
Now I'm thinking, is it Kadi?
Stumped.
Is it Kadi? Because you were just talking about it.
Oh, you got me. You got me.
I just suspected that it might have been it.
So his dad,
Both basketball players?
Robbie Kadi,
Okay.
basketball player in '76 Montreal, and mum, he's Dinah Law, 84 Olympics. There you go. The Opals. It's not bad.
So he was playing basketball from the start. You knew that.
Yeah.
Well, the foul from
his first
Glidden.
team.
Well, you're really Mr. Question.
Banksville Bruins.
All right.
Banksville Bruins. What's the significance of the Banksville Bruins? Nothing. Well,
Okay.
they still exist, by the way,
Okay.
in the Waratah League. I've done my little research here. But they were the original Banksville Bruins of the Sydney Kings. So they eventually, via a couple of name changes, became the Sydney Kings.
Which, by the way, Kadi and Brad Newley were teammates at Sydney Kings last season.
Right.
And
Yep.
Hodgson getting back in the flow here with that basket.
Newly making second team All NBL, by the way, last year with the Kings. And Daniel Kickett was second team All NBL.
Blanchfield will be
Brisbane
joining.
Bullets.
Did you know Blanchfield is going to Sydney for next season?
I did not know that. That's a good move for them.
So timeout with 5:22 remaining, and Australia just edging closer and closer. 13 points shy of the century mark. And Hong Kong getting 11 points from low. It's interesting if you have two parents that were Olympians. I mean, that is impressive, isn't it?
What? No pressure there.
Talk about big shoes to fill.
But he's on the right course, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's on the right course to become an Olympian himself. You know, this is the road you follow. You're in this team now. This will be a World Cup.
No, I'm going to show my age and say that I remember Montreal Olympics.
Yeah,
I remember it with a lot of pride.
You were there, right? I think you were there. No.
I was all of 11 years old. But I remember Dean Smith coaching USA.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, talk about, because I'm in Canada now, based in Toronto, but I think they were just saying that the bills for Montreal have just been paid.
Really?
No, it put the city in so much problems in terms of debt. It was almost, they're almost saying it's the worst thing could ever happen.
Look at the Boomer fans, by the way. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, just coming down with the.
You know, I was about to say.
With the blow-up Boomers.
We've got the right behind the bench there. You're a bit late, guys.
Maybe they've been in the upper deck and
Possibly.
they just snuck down.
Possibly. We thought the games are 5 o'clock games.
They're coming down sheepishly. Chow.
You know, and it's interesting to say that because the Japanese have this one-man supporters club who comes everywhere Japanese basketball plays. So this will be the Australian traveling supporters club here.
Three-pointer is good. Another one for Wong.
That might be his first at a tournament. Wong's taken quite a few.
No, it's his second today. Yeah,
wow.
2 of 4. Norton. Oh, nice pass over to Kadee. Long. Would you describe Kadee as a pure point or more of a combo?
You know, he's a combo, Jeff. I think.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think that's and it's an over. Oh, look, Creek, look out!
Oh, look at Creek fly in and dunk it with the right hand. We've seen him get up today, up and away.
A few people woke up on that one under the bucket there. We'll see that one in. Might get to see that under the bucket, Jeff, after the game. That's a nice dunk, that is. Reed goes up and misses one. That's probably the dunk of the tournament so far.
Creek said, who is that saying I can't shoot from outside?
Sorry, Mitch. Make me a believer.
That's a great question. I've got to think about this now because you said,
what was the question?
What has been the dunk, or you suggested that was the dunk of the tournament, and that was,
I think that was good.
Sweet because he was just kind of angling his body before he threw it down with his right hand. He just kind of flew in.
Yeah. That was nice.
And I'm just trying to remember what else. Oh, we saw some good tall black stunts. We saw a good one from, was it Tarangi?
Yeah, but you know the difference, Jeff. And I'm going to give you my little 2 penneth worth here.
Because you were such a great dunker, weren't you? Bounce pass. Oh, look at Hodgson.
Nice play.
He goes up old school. He just lays it up.
Hodgson's a big man. Oh,
now quickly. Oh, the Boomers got beat down the court. 2 points and the foul.
Yeah, you don't get beaten down the court, and the Boomers knew that. That's why they all charged in to block that shot.
They might be running wind sprints after the game for that. That's a big no-no.
Yeah, absolutely.
That said, we did see Jordan get beat time and time again last time.
They didn't run sprints, I'm sure.
Boy, Hodgson, he was getting out there.
Gotta be careful too. A 40-point game, you go flying in for a block like that, you don't want to injure yourself. But you know, these players don't think of these things. You just keep playing hard.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want is to get an injury.
Yeah.
When you're up 40.
I'm saying Lamanis is looking at that saying, "Oh, hang on, it's a bit dodgy."
So he makes one of them. And it's 91-52. Brandt is going to come back into the game.
Jeff, I've got another little question for you. Andre Lemanis, Coach of the Year twice. I think it's 12 and
Breakers.
13
Yep.
for the New Zealand Breakers
Yep.
in the Australian League.
I know.
Come on, Jeff. Not only that, they win 4 years in a row.
They
At what point did somebody say this, we
They
can't
just
let this
flat
happen
out-
again?
they just flat out dominated, didn't they?
It's like,
Actually, on the point about the dunking, the Philippines had some good dunks
oh
yesterday.
yeah, all right, now you're going. Now you're
I'm
right.
talking
You're
about Japeth Aguilar
yeah.
and Almathon,
Almathon had a nice dunk. Yeah, he did indeed against China.
Norton.
That was an in-your-face disgrace dunk, that one.
It was. Oh, Chow. And the coach saying, no, pass over to the other side where Lee is wide open. Yeah, they had, and also Lebanon. Did you know that Andre Lemanis is of Latvian heritage, by the way?
Yes, I did, yeah.
So that heritage, obviously, because Latvia's basketball's big up in the Baltics.
Oh, yeah.
And Blanchfield, golly, he can shoot.
Yeah.
18 points.
Got some numbers today, hasn't he?
Does he qualify as a quiet 18? He's played 18 minutes.
Yeah.
He's averaging a point a minute.
Almost like Al-Jabi yesterday, 24 minutes, 25 points.
Well, that long attempt from
Shoot it.
Young was off. Now McCarron.
Sure, Blanchfield will be itching to get another one off. He just got to be very subtle about it. There you go. Come on. No.
Doesn't want to be a gun. Here's McCarron. It's hard to pick holes in a performance when you're winning 95-52, in all honesty, isn't it? Nice shot from Reed.
I mean, they'll watch the tape. They'll look at things that Lemanis will look at things where you think you'll go wrong. But I think in anything, you just move to the next game.
Blanchfield open. And Brandt. Oh, nice. Control, scores, throws it up off the glass. That's how he used to do it for the Beavers. Oregon State.
No, Oregon are the Beavers, aren't they? Oh, they're the Ducks.
they're the Ducks.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Oregon State. Also, Gary Payton played for them in his day.
Yeah.
Ralph Middle was the coach. Of course, not for Angus Brandt. Here's Wong has it. Oh, nice pass to Chow. Oh, nice play finished off by Reed. 10 points for Reed now.
Yeah, so I thought there was his double figures. 5
all in the second half.
Yeah, exactly right. Where was it the first half? And I think he'll be asking the same question of himself.
And McCarron explodes, puts it up with the left hand.
Nice acceleration, wasn't it? Just beat the defender to the spot straight away, and all of a sudden he was in the middle of that zone.
Look, ball bounces up. Hong Kong keep it. Time to get into shooting mode. And a little turnaround. Oh, kind of like that from Lee.
Yep. Cameron wasn't expecting that, I don't think. A little 1 foot step away.
Oh, alley-oop! Oh, no! Oh, dear.
And stepped out of bounds, too. Nick Kay had his feet out of bounds.
Oh, dear.
Tough one on Nick Kay. Everything was laid on a plate for him. I'm not sure what happened. You just slip out of his hands.
It may have. There's going to be a few Snickers over there on the bench after that.
You know, I guarantee Lemanis won't want to show it, but his teammates might want to show him that after.
Yeah, looks like. Can you explain what happened here? Chow. Chow says, I'll take this. Off the back of the iron. Blanchfield doesn't rebound it, though. Well, Australia might not get to the century mark now. They don't get it back. In fact, if they do get it, they might hold it up.
No pizzas.
No. Here's Reed. Little runner.
Oh, he might do.
And they're going to push it quickly. And alley-oop. Oh. Do they get it off? Nope, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
They're not going to count it, so Australia have to settle points shy of the century mark. They win it nevertheless, 99 to 58. And we pretty much knew Hong Kong were up against it today, and Australia just took care of business. 2-0 in their first ever FIBA Asia Cup.
We start at 6:30. Thank you.
Yeah, question is, Jeff, when they're going to at what point they're going to get tested in this tournament. So 72% inside, they only missed 10 shots inside the arc. Look at the number of 3-pointers. They took 35 3-pointers, 13 of 35. I just question whether that might be something that the Manas might look at and say we definitely took too many, but you can only take what's in front of you. Huge rebounding margin. Turnovers for Hong Kong is very good for in a 40-point blowout to only turn it over 14 times. Excellent job from them, and 13 for Australia. And the leaders, Blanchfield, you talked about him, Jeff, 18 points. Creek, 9 rebounds. It probably was shared around quite evenly, the rebounds, really. Hodgson led in turnovers. I'm not sure that's something he'll want to celebrate. And Creek steals and blocks, and the Boomers salute the fans.
What about Blanchfield, though? I mean, you know, the folks back in Townsville are rooting for him. Townsville Heat, who he played for some this season. Look at him. I mean, he hardly figured in the last game, and he comes out.
Yes, you're right. No, you're right. He just,
lights
yeah. Well, that's the way you do it. If you're the coach is not noticing you, you go out there and make sure he does notice you.
So, anything to build on here for this Australia team?
Oh yeah, plenty. Look at it. There's the dunk.
Wow. That was the play of the game for you, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Big time. This was second.
That was second. I saw some better plays than that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just messing with that. Great performance. I mean, you can only do what you can do. And that man there, Blanchfield.
Blanchfield today.
What his numbers were, Jeff? He took quite a few shots, didn't he? Well, he was 4 of 9 from Dan Tan.
I thought he was better than that, but
yeah. Well, 4 of 9 is good. 44%. Anything above 35% from 3-point line is good numbers.
Really, even 33% is
yep.
good, isn't it?
Yep.
Reed didn't really get it going today like he needed to for Hong Kong to have any type of chance. But you're talking about a world power, really, in Australia coming into the FIBA Asia Cup.
They're on the march. I go back to. I don't think they'll get tested until the semifinals. I think that will be the first time they play a team who will meet them face to face, head to head, and square up to them and say, "You're not going to beat me." Until then, it may be a few games like this.
Well, they rested Brad Newley today, as well as David Anderson. And we're not really sure how serious the injury is by David Anderson with the shoulder problem. But these Boomers just keep on booming, don't they? And we suspect that they'll keep booming when they play. Oh, look at that. It really is a nice dunk, isn't it?
Yeah.
We suspect that they'll handle Chinese Taipei, although they've got to go out and play the game. So plenty more to come your way in this FIBA Asia Cup from Australia. At least one more game for Hong Kong, and a lot more today. We've got a couple more games, and certainly the New Zealand Tall Black game against the Lebanon team tonight. Oh, can you imagine what that's going to be like, especially during the haka in this Lebanese crowd?
Yeah.
This is going to be something that you don't want to miss. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Australia win it 99 to 58 over Hong Kong.